Hey everybody, welcome back to Quali-Tea Time, and I actually have something to show this time, because it actually arrived. In fact, it actually arrived about the same day that the last video went up, because I'm filming these on Tuesdays now. So, the thing that I wanted to show you all last time was this, which seriously needs a screen wipe, but anyways, this is a Cello 1008 QAT Android tablet, and would you believe I'm actually the last person in my immediate family to actually get a tablet? And yeah, I gotta say, kind of overdue. So basically, it has a 10-inch screen, it has Android 4.2.2, which is not the most, recent thing, but I'm not looking at this thing to be a big beefy computer. I'm not gonna be editing and rendering on this. That would be kind of absurd, I have to say. This is more intended to be an assistant. So, for example, I've got a calendar on here that I can carry around with me. I can make notes, I can keep track of chats that are going on, including Twitch and whatnot. And I don't have to be right next to my keyboard. At long last, I can actually be untethered from my desk, because I have been sat in an office chair 95% of my day for about 4 or 5 years. So, being able to actually get up and walk away and not be disconnected from everything in my life is pretty sweet. The other piece of news that I have is... What is the other piece of news? Okay, yeah. There's a new series coming up. It's not going to be on this channel. It will be on a familiar sounding channel to a bunch of you. I'm not certain 100% how much information I can give out, nor should, so consequently you're just gonna have to wait on it, but it is related to a partnership that a bunch of people have wanted to see from me for a while. So, filming for it has already gone down by the time that you're actually seeing this, so keep an eye out. I will of course be retweeting it, I'll be reblogging it, I'll be putting it somewhere in a link around here, so consequently, keep your eyes peeled. One other quick little piece of news is that Gameplay Jenny has finally made their return to the YouTube scape. So, Jenny had to take a break about 3 months or so ago due to health issues and work issues and all sorts of other things, but she has at long last, in the last week or so, made her return. So she's now making videos, she's got 2 episodes of Theme Hospital out right now, and if you're wondering why I'm bringing this up in the news, it's because Jenny is a familiar voice on the channel. Namely, Jenny is the voice of Gen.exe in Mating Do. So if you've enjoyed her dulcet tones, head over to Gameplay Jenny. Enjoy! And now onto the schedule. On Thursday, it's an episode of The Lost Hands, as Ignalane is forced to spark some hope in the fallen Inquisition. We also have Midnight at 11 PM GMT over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmom, where we will be presumably slogging very slowly through Irophil. On Friday, it's an episode of Dungeon Maker as we look at aesthetics and mechanics in the Slime Grinders. On Saturday at 9 PM GMT over at twitch.tv/thedragonhat, we have Dungeons and Dragon Hats, whether this ends up being an actual session or a podcast or more Overwatch competitive. Be sure to tune in. On Monday, it's an episode of Fox Team Alpha as we check out the new girl in the butts. On Tuesday, it's an episode of Edgington. You won't believe what Lying hates about YouTube in this amazing video. Also, at 9 PM GMT over at twitch.tv/lyinginbedmon, we have Yoke Dwarves Live number 80. We've finally resolved the pathfinding issues, so let's find out what else we need to move on to next. Lastly for the week, on Wednesday, it's an episode of Mating Do, as the maid has travel plans of their own. And on to the questions. So as always, these are drawn from the comments section of the preceding vlog, so if you have anything you want to ask me, drop it down below and I will give it a poke. Our first question of the week comes from Bo Nicholas Mattiason. What are your thoughts on the cactus god of Spring Realms? All the gods are dead, make your own, I guess? I'm not going to complain, it's always fun to see what people come up with. Sappy Nyan says, what happened to Putter after the witch was imprisoned in Otherwhere? Well, there was a number of creatures around the well at the time that the witch was imprisoned, not the least of which was Putter. There was also Rudy hanging around. So basically, after the witch was imprisoned, any caretaking the witch did inside of the well sort of fell by the wayside. That be said, though, Putter in particular cannot die unless the witch does. And also, if the witch dies, so do they, and if Putter dies, so does the witch. Such is the name of such is the nature of familiars. But, that being said, no one has killed the witch, which means Putter is still alive, because otherwise the witch would be dead. Additionally, the witch can't die, so there's no way that the witch's death could harm Putter. So the conclusion that we have to draw then is that the well is just sort of puttering on, as it were. Everyone's just sort of taking care of themselves and being independent and self-sufficient and whatnot, and just helping each other out. Presumably, the various sprites hanging around the well are helping out a bit as well. It'll be adorable and very Disney. Mike Miner asks, did the witch have any awareness of other inhabitants on the complete server? We know the witch was keeping tabs on a fair number of people on that server. We know that the witch left Witch Eye Ravens to keep a specific eye on people of interest, but the witch was definitely aware of most, if not all, people on the server. The witch paralyzed the central circle and knew pretty much all that they did as well. So the witch was aware of Owl Island, the witch was aware of the Flux Buddies, the witch was aware of the Dead Workers Party, and they were aware of Bebop and all sorts of others. It's just a matter of whether the witch actually thought they were the least bit threatening. The answer to which is usually no. Can we see what the eponymous Remember comic looks like now? You absolutely can. It is over at remembercomic.co.uk. That link is at the top of every single video description. The website is in dire need of updating, it has to be said. It hasn't changed in almost a decade, believe it or not. Other than that, though, the videos have greatly overtaken the comic in terms of content production, so consequently there aren't that many comics that come out regularly. Maybe one of these days I'll manage to get an artist dedicated to them to just keep them up, and I just have to write the stories, which is still its own kind of hell. But I do, on occasion, do live streams where I'm drawing. That usually happens on Sunday nights or Wednesday nights, but it's entirely dependent upon how exhausted I am and what else I've got to get done in my workload. So, doesn't always happen, doesn't have a set schedule, but there are streams and I do make progress on these comics. Slowly but surely. Suffice to say, this comic looks like it's going on for a long time yet. And that's it for now, so hope you've all enjoyed. I'm gonna go poke at things in this screen, because hey, touch screens are a rarity in my tech right now. So, I shall catch you all, as always, next time.